Shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you.
Okay, no matter what happens, give her the knife again if we have the opportunity. We have to keep giving her the knife.
To brush past their jagged points with ease.
A, B, G, T, K.
But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world.
Killing spree.
I'd say this feels like a trap, but you practically said as much.
Dominated.
Yet you still want us to keep going. They're only thorns. I'd say getting a few scratches in exchange for the lives of everyone in existence is a fair trade. I'm sure you'll manage. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me, I kill you, and you come back. You let me kill you, and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
Okay, listen. If we're ever gonna commit to just being really unhelpful, now is the time.
You really just want to roll like that? I do feel like
she's
having
on the
a
back
conversation
foot
here. Like we're gonna, we might reveal
absolutely
some information. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, don't let me stop you. Do not let me. I don't think the way it makes the most sense to me to play this game is necessarily a good way to do it. I encourage you to overrule me here.
You know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
You continue down the basement
We can't
stairs,
get locked in here. The door doesn't exist
smooth
anymore.
Edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward.
Sure, we could find a way to
Step out
that.
into what
Oh
was
boy!
a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles. The space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess. Her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
I mean, we are here to laugh, but not specifically about this.
I can cut you free, but you'll have to give me the blade and then give her the blade back when she's free. Do it.
All right. Oh, which one was that?
And I'm supposed to believe it's safe in your hands? That you aren't just saying what you need to say in order to fool me and save yourself?
We don't need to do that. We're fine. We're fine.
Turn and leave. I don't think we can leave.
There are multiple different options for that.
The sheer cojones of just literally just having her say that, just saying meh, bye, and just turn around and walking out would be pretty brutal.
Do we want to do that, or do we want to like try to reason with her here? I do feel like that is the thing that's going to get us to the hand showing up, but
it's a good point, and I don't see why not. On some level, it feels a little bit like, if that was true, it would feel a little bit like it's less, no, I don't know. But yeah, go ahead.
So which option are you suggesting we take?
Continue
talking to her?
Yeah, continue talking to her.
Alright.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
Yeah, can I take the blade now? We could just leave, I mean, those are still options. I don't know.
I would prefer to take the blade and then give it back to her. That's really what I think would be the best option, but...
Well, let's see if we can get her to change her mind.
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
You could show
She's right.
trust by
There's
giving
nothing
me
left to
a
say.
knife.
So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own. Careful with that one. He's not the smooth negotiator he thinks he
Okay,
is.
tell you what, we'll
It
compromise.
does feel like we're stuck.
Give me the
between
knife, I'll cut you
something.
free, I'll put the
If
knife
there's
down, and then
anything
we
to
just go
do
mano
besides
a
make
mano.
Things worse. We're not making.
We
things
lose in
worse.
that.
I think she wants to trust us.
Yeah, we have
That's
done
a
that
compromise.
before.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then
We
the
get her to
tension
give us
fades.
the blade,
Her grip
take the
finally
blade,
loosens and, she
and
allows
then
you to
leave.
take the weapon.
Just turn around and walk away immediately.
You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms. I'll be damned. She really gave it to us. It feels like it's been so long since we've held real power in our hands. I wonder what we should do with it. We free her, obviously. It's the right thing to do. I think you're right. She's as much a victim in all of this as we've been. Besides, it would really
I
stick to
expected
him
the voice
to
of the
free her.
cheated to be the one like, no, kill her.
Or, hear me out, we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless. And if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance. That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him. We've all said our piece. Now it's time to make our move. It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2. You don't count. And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us.
Oh no, the voices in my head are arguing.
That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So,
I mean, doesn't the narrator get the ultimate
or was
say,
I a
really?
fool to hand my life to you?
We actually can just go away. No, I do want to see if we can give her the blade back, so... Shall we
Yeah,
cut her
go
free?
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
What
I
a good
totally
idea.
endorse.
Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her? You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever
I
I
don't
want.
think that this
And
is necessarily like a
but
good,
This is the right course of
like a
action.
good
Let's free
policy
this
for making
princess.
decisions on what outfit to choose. But I think
Even
one of the
if he'll stick a
reasons
knife
why
in
I
our back
keep
as soon as he
having
has the
not
opportunity,
necessarily the
it's still better
best
to have him
choices
nominally on our side.
is that I
At least that gets him to shut up for
genuinely
a while.
don't mean most of the dialogue options it presents. Like when it says
You don't
things.
mean them?
Yeah, like it. Most of what you're saying is expressing like a viewpoint or an
We're all
emotion
friends here,
that I
united in
fundamentally
actions
don't
and
have,
intentions.
given the situation. Which, unlike in
Yeah,
most games where you would
united.
roleplay
But
the
other
character
one has a
appropriately,
point. If it keeps
I
you
don't
quiet,
really feel like the
we're all
scenario is giving me
friends.
access to that emotion either.
It does seem to kind of want to imply that you are just you without a particular character.
Take the blade.
Well, even
Thorn
if I take it
finds
as a character,
imprisoning
like
the princess, and she
you know,
flinches.
like a
Relaxing only
I'm sorry to
slightly
choose
as the
difficulty.
blade
It's a pretty
slices
trite
into the
example,
thick
but like
vegetation rather than
often
her arm.
Harry Dubois does not
She
have the
flinches
thing I
again
would
as the
want to
last
say
of
as
the
available
vines
thing to
is cut
say, but
away, as if,
like he's
after
in
all
a
that,
very
she still
well-defined
expected to
scenario,
turn
which
on her and
amply
stab
gives
her
you
in
the
the heart.
information you need to decide
You're
what
not
he
going to do
would
that, are
say.
you?
Whereas in this game, I don't really feel like there's an interpretation
single
of this
slip of
character
blade.
that is suggested by the
Is
environment
that really all
that
you've
is
got?
reflected by the
Threatening us with
choices
an
to make,
accidental
I guess.
misstep. I expected more
Yeah.
from you. Our blade didn't even waver when he said that. Yeah, you're right. he's a
In
bit
some
of
ways,
a
it's actually
nobody, isn't he?
requiring you to roleplay as
I've
different
been on your
characters,
side of
which
all this since the beginning. The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I
oh, good stuff.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
I just really hate the people who put us here.
No, no, that's mean. Either remain silent or, of course, I did.
Of course I did definitely feels like the thing you're supposed to say here.
She smiles, her hand slipping into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs. Shameful, really.
God
that
damn
the
it.
same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out. You're getting desperate, aren't you? Even more proof that you can't actually do anything to stop us. We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Should we cut into the thorns or step into them? That's a... Why do we have a choice here? What?
I would cut into them, but that's me. I don't know. What do you guys think? It feels like a trap. It feels like a false choice, but...
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm the contrarian, so I guess I would say step into the thorns, but...
I'm actually leaning towards step into the thorns too, because I feel like cut into the thorns is the obvious choice here, and narrator has been bombarding us with obvious choice blocks.
As you step into the thorns
Aha!
along the basement stairs, they...
Passive
yield.
resistance.
Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me?
We've never
did
actually
the
managed
world
to
ever
get
do to
this
you to
far,
deserve
so I'd like to
this?
see what happens when the world ends.
It feels so good.
I mean,
to
isn't
hear
it
you
just
say
the
that. You'll
hands
admit
thing? Isn't that the
you've
end
lost.
of each
Well,
individual world?
yeah, but that didn't...
last.
But we've never
I don't care what
rescued
happens
the
now.
princess before.
That's all I've wanted.
Never successfully.
I will say, if the world just
You and the
does
princess
end,
hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance.
I guess I didn't actually necessarily
already
have a
made our
confident thing to say
decision.
that. It's just split out.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Oh, we don't even have an option to kill her.
And now we
Hands
begin the
clasped,
copy shop
two
AU
of
arc,
you
which takes up
open
the next
door,
12 hours of this game.
Step out into a new day.
You give her the knife and she runs off and you're like, wait, shit.
What do we do now? Where's
Yay, it's happening!
All right.
Why is it so cold?
And a new
Get handed,
personality
idiot!
has been subsumed into the hive mind.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Oh, there's that.
This is just a 4D chess killing move. Opportunist, baby! This is my finisher! Everyone expects the fatality. Nobody expects the friendship, then the fatality. Ugh.
Now is going to be the end of everything. It's going to do something to us. I can feel it. If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
It's the end for you, but not for me. Is kind of that is actually fairly honest.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. You better watch your back. You can't get rid of me that easy. So you're the real puppet master here? Can't believe I tried to help you.
What do we look like now?
Lizard still, lizard bird person.
Oh, we're melting.
We've withered.
Hey.
You don't remember that?
I keep forgetting that it happens every time.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new,
That's rough,
and
buddy.
to look away is to reshape them yet again. All
You know
of
what
me is
sucks?
changing,
Containing
and
multitudes.
yet the rest of me is still the same.
Couldn't be me.
My girlfriend turned into the heat death of the universe.
Couldn't be me. I'm the same.
Contradictions don't exist? I mean,
That's an interesting. I'm kind of interested to see where that's going. What are you talking about? Contradictions don't exist. I guess you could say that contradictions literally do not exist.
Bustle. There are no words that can describe.
Like, you could say that there does not exist something that is physically contradictory.
In physical reality,
sense.
I guess, or at least probably not. As far as we know, the universe doesn't work that way.
As far as we being, like, the people in this call know, yes. As far as I know.
I am everything.
But if there's one person in this world who has a degree in contradictology, it will be somebody who is in our comment section.
You know, I'm just going to say this.
Can stand to be
Now that comments have been mentioned, I'm just going to call this out now from 4 episodes ago. I know I said Quake Guy, and I know I meant Doom Guy. Someone in the comment section for that episode corrected me, and I'm calling you out now in the future of the past, or the past of the future.
It didn't occur to me because the Quake Guy also makes that sound.
But that's jumping, not hitting the use button on walls and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, you got a good point.
Does the Quake Guy have a name?
He does if you count the Quake 3 canon, otherwise no. I believe it's Ranger is the accepted name.
That is so much worse than just Quake Guy.
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less.
Is this
Does it
all
make
just
you
like
worse? Do you resent me?
learning about your partner in a relationship? Like, is that the game?
I mean, we know the point of the game is to fill out her entire personality, that she contains multitudes, that all of these different people we make her become are a result of our interactions with her. Whether that's expressly a relationship, I don't know.
I suspect.
I mean, I think you can map it pretty clearly on, like, get to know someone, and the way you are affects the way that they change, and you have fights, and you make up, and like, I feel like that's where it's going.
I totally think that is a valid that's a valid response to this, and may even be something that went into this. I do not think that this is literally an analogy, but I guess we'll find out.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It was like, is there going to be someone going to pull back the curtain and actually explain what the hell's going on here, or is this just going to end ambiguously?
I can't really imagine this having an explicit ending, and if it is, I'm 90% sure I won't like it.
Do we resent her, or do we like...
I think you could probably... I think you and everyone in the audience knows what choice I would pick of these. So, let's start there. No, I have no opinion one way or another on the matter.
Oh, okay.
I am very neutral about this. Chris, are you pushed towards one of these choices?
It would depend on what our goal is with our play, I think.
Man, I feel like we are easily... I feel like this game is doing a really good job at illustrating some very stark differences in our relationship to this kind of experience.
I will say I don't think it necessarily matters. I think what matters is getting her unlocked and getting her to this position. I think everything else is exposition, so I don't think the choice ultimately matters here.
Y'all are overthinking this shit.
I am not overthinking this.
This is just what I do.
I am thinking this at a 90-degree angle.
Well, we have come to an impasse where none of us has the same answer, so...
you are the one who's holding the controller.
You are the one above all, Josh.
Josh, are you ready for the secret ending of this game that we are just figments of your personality?
Oh no, I already know that.
Oh, okay, good. I'm glad. I was wondering if we'd have to have that. I was wondering if we'd have to have that talk. Just like 12 years ago, somebody being like,
I actually have viewers. I just imagined it all.
13 years ago, a couple people being like, why did that guy drive 2 states to sit alone and talk to himself in a Del Taco and not even order anything?
Let's just go all in here.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
What do you think of this vessel?
If this was like if we really all dug this game so much that we created an avant-garde art project, like where we are like the narrator and hero voices to you, the protagonist, that would actually be that would be interesting, and maybe even like could be a meta kind of way to LP a game. If you're suspecting that I'm going to now do this at some point, I should say that this probably would have been the sort of thing I would have invested energy in before I turned 30.
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done. The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance.
New Age
to
showdown.
influence me.
I had a thought like that actually the other day.
I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
How many more vessels?
We will know when we near our destination.
Are you capable of giving a straight answer to any questions?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden.
Apparently not.
Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you. The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path.
Is it a
and
creative
my task
outlet?
is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
Like, is she not? If we assume it's an allegory, is she not? Is this not meant to be a relationship? Because that's a weird way to frame it, right? Because like who she becomes is determined on the choices we make and all that stuff. Is this more a meditation on the creative process and the idea of the act of creation? That there's both a thing that you're pulling from the ether that exists in its own right, but also that you are helping give form to?
Is it about having kids?
I might be entirely on my own ass.
I don't have okay. This game might be about, in a literal sense, something. I don't get that vibe.
This is it's closing time from Semisonic or whatever. It's that song. It's secretly a thing about having kids.
It's secretly an allegory for the Vietnam War.
I am amazed I pulled that band out of my ass. I cannot believe. I cannot
Yeah,
believe
that was
the right
that
band.
was pretty good.
It's secretly an allegory for Quake.
Finally, we will get to learn the name of the Quake Guy.
This is it's only
I
metaphorical.
will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
I will now.
The name of Quake Guy
I do
is narrator.
when I
in the woods,
release
and at the
artistic
end of that
projects in
path
the future,
is a cabin.
I will say that they're an
And in the
allegory for
basement
Quake
of that
if I
cabin
feel like I'm backed into a
is a
corner.
princess.
just fucking Werner Herzog it. Just make shit up.
They're gonna say like they're gonna press me to elaborate, and I'm gonna say the 1995 six 1996 video game. I will no see that was me rehearsing. I'm going to not know what year it came out every time I ask the question.
2003.
I am.
All right, well,
that's something a little bit
that's
more.
us at
So
time.
my last game was a Quake analogy. I'm now working on something that's a little bit more personal. It's about Quake 3 Arena. It's called I Hate My Godfather.